What you know you can't explain, but you feel it. You felt it your entire life that you've played Arena, that there's something wrong with the world. You don't know what it is, but it's there like a splinter in your mind, driving you mad. That was a paraphrased quote from Gandalf in the hit film Dark City. In this video, I'm going to talk about every single way that Magic the Gathering Arena cheats you. That's right, how it transpires against you to make your games worse. Oh boy, it's time to blow the lid right off. I'm doing this because this video here had a load of comments telling me that either A, Arena was completely fixed and I'm an idiot for thinking otherwise, or B, I'm a shill. For instance, Bruno said, I don't know about MTG Online, and so I will not comment about it, but we all know that Arena is rigged, etc, etc. Oh, and I'm lying to myself. I shouldn't etc that, I'm lying to myself. And for the record, Bruno's comment was actually pretty chill. I'm just doing a whole bit with it because it's fun. More like this, if you don't actually agree with me, you can even say I'm lying to myself without me being really that offended, because it felt like a colloquialism from Bruno. Bruno was pretty chill. Some of these comments, not so much. I explained that I was aware of the algorithm for opening hands in best of one. I'll explain that more in a moment. And Bruno replied. Bruno really replied. They really replied. Yeah, I sound a bit sick, I've just got over the flu. If you want to buy Magic cards, you can buy them from these places. CoolStuffInc.com has got you covered in North America. Use the code KENOBI at checkout to get 5% off your order. And in the old world, in Europe, the place that I joke about still having democracy, and it makes at least 5 Americans shit themselves in the comment section. They just defecate everywhere. President Trump's a cunt. There you go. Does that make you shit harder? Kenobi-APR at the moment for the April code to get 5% off your order, not for pre-sale, or pre-order should I say, and sale items. So how does Arena cheat you? Well, in best of one, it draws you 2 hands, and it looks to compare them to the percentage or ratio of lands to non-lands in your deck, and give you the hand that is closest to that number. This is colloquially called by the community hand smoothing, and it was confirmed by developers on live streams. I remember seeing it. Covert Go Blue also remembers seeing it and responded as such when I was asking for proof of some of the issues around Arena on Twitter recently. He remembers it too. Weirdly, no matter how much I ask around, ask the internet to support me with sleuthing and look myself, I can't find the clip. I actually generally think the clip may not be archived anywhere. This is the problem with digital media, right? Like, websites go down, Twitch deletes VOD stuff that it doesn't need, and Wizards are pretty bad at maintaining their old archives too. But the development team explained that this exists to create less non-games in best of one. And what I will say to that with commentary is that I don't really care if they do that in best of one. We do firstly need to clarify that hand smoothing isn't really cheating you out of anything. It's not rigging the game against you like some people want to claim it is. It's not this symbol or sign of a grand conspiracy, because the aim by the developers of Arena is to give you a smoother, cleaner experience and to improve the gameplay experience. This is not making you draw worse hands and losing you games. If anything, it should be giving you a better chance at a better hand. Best of one for both limited and constructed is not a real format to me. And I'll qualify that a little bit because some people got upset with me on social media last week or this week. I don't know. Time is a construct and I've been really fucking sick. But people didn't like me saying it's not a real format. What I mean by not a real format is that it's an imitation of another format that is vastly superior. Best of one removes some of the randomization that comes with drawing an opening hand and seeing your deck construction come to fruition with a good keepable hand, or you realizing that you fucked your mana base. On top of that, it removes sideboarding, which skews things like construction, especially as to where glass cannon decks can be much better because they can't have the sideboard cards to stop them. Or you have to put like main deck answers in your 60 to try and like beat those glass cannon sort of effects. I am not saying that not having a sideboard makes other formats like invalid. I think Commander, CEDH, and Canadian Highlander are all valid competitive formats too. I just think that when it comes to 60 card constructed, whether that be historic, modern, pioneer, explorer, standard, legacy, whatever, I think that a 75 card format with sideboards and other hand smoothing algorithm shit is a truer way to play Magic because it allows you to play a much more nuanced strategic game. And thus, I think best of one is shit. There you go. I said it. I sometimes still use it for a quick fix because it's still Magic. I don't begrudge you doing it. I think it still works for more casual formats. I'm going to say Brawl is a casual format, but Brawl is basically dual Commander now. That's a whole video in itself. The poor new players casually coming in to play some Commander and they get absolutely fucking dominated in the Brawl queues. It's very funny. But that's what I mean about the not a real format, or less of a concern for me. They can fuck around with it all they want. They've shown a lack of respect to Magic in many ways on Arena already by forcing alchemy into some of the other formats that are on there. So either way, I don't think that having a hand smoothing in those is much of an issue. It's not a grand conspiracy. It's a thing they've admitted to in the past, and we're all aware of it. You're still here? Oh shit, sorry, you wanted more. No, sorry, that's it. That's all we got, kids. There are so many fuckheads in the comments of my previous video. I've also seen like other YouTubers react to my video, one of which said something along the lines of, why does Wizards of the Coast keep putting all my win conditions in the bottom 5 cards of my deck? I can only say politely that that person is a fucking idiot. There is a really grand conspiracy amongst certain arena users that the client is out to get you and that there's a conspiratorial thought that it's trying to make your draws worse. And I just don't fucking understand why people think this. Well, I do understand why people think this. It's a cope, right? People are bad. They're on losing streaks. They don't know or don't want to improve. They don't want to self-reflect on their own deck choices, construction, hand keeps, sequencing in games, metagame choices, formats that they're playing or whatever, but instead want to blame an external source. I've done a whole video on this copium already. That's the one that I got these comments on, but I'll link it in this video's description as well. But like the biggest like simple debunk for this is the argument that if Arena has these shuffler issues, these shuffler truthers that believe the shuffler is fucking them over, like why isn't it even? Because it'll be fucking everyone over, right? Well, the counterpoint, or the straw man, some might argue in the comment section, and that's fine, that I'm going to put forward is that people are claiming that if you spend more money, they're going to allow you to have certain privileges. Now, the thing is, I can see like giving privileges to the people who are spending money as a way of keeping them enjoying the client. I get that. Keep your whales happy. But remember, it's always the scrubs who are losing games that are the ones complaining that Arena or the shuffler or some part of Arena is screwing them over. It's never people witnessing and seeing that it's improving their games or giving them benefits. It's always screwing them over. It's always a, why me? Why is Wizards of the Coast singling me out? But in this hypothetical scenario where the people spending less money, the free-to-play players, for example, are getting screwed over on their draws, I do have to ask the question, how does that really help them in the long run? Surely keeping the free-to-play players around keeps the client active, and thus the people who are paying the money in can matchmake into games. And also the new player experience being absolute dog shit because of some sort of shuffler issue is not going to convert those new players into long-standing players, regular bodies to be matched against, or heaven forbid, even a new whale to be milked, whether they stop being a free-to-play and start buying packs every set. Of course, if they advertised that they were improving the shuffling and the draws you got if you spent money, that would be a fucking shitstorm of controversy. But the reality is that doing it that way and not advertising it doesn't achieve the goal that you think it does. It would just in theory upset a lot of people who would no longer play anymore. It would damage the player experience and damage the retention for the game. Now we need to address the elephant in the room, which is the one that people have already commented on, so I waited at least till halfway through the video to mention it. It's the algorithmic or matchmaking systems that are part of Arena. People are going to talk about this being a fix or being something that is a rigged system. I've seen that in my comment section too. The first part of that was revealed last year is that certain cards had certain weighted point systems in Brawl to allow them to matchmake people who are like slamming Paradox Engine combo before it was banned or whatever. Is it banned? I forget if it's even in Brawl. I forget where things are banned anymore. There's so much magic going on. Fucking hell, it's still legal in Brawl? Okay, whatever. But people running like Paradox Engine like combo decks or really egregious certain commanders, they would have their points hiked significantly and thus be played against other players with the same level of points. Basically like SALT scores or competitive viability scores based upon the cards in their decks. This was demonstrated via some backwards engineering. It's the other confirmed fuckery of Arena, if you will. But ultimately, it's not really fuckery, is it? Because you might not agree with the scores they give to stuff, and it might be a very ham-fisted or awkward way of doing it, but it's not exactly like fucking you over, is it? Now, there are some theories that the scoring might have gone into matchmaking in other game modes, which becomes a problem because the cards are of varying power levels depending on what formats you're playing, sure, but as far as I understand it, and from what I could see, looking into it today, there's no proof of that. That was just a theory by some people. So yes, matchmaking in Brawl attempts to match people playing the same like competitive game changers or staples as other players. It's not an ideal scenario, but I get it. And that's how hell queue exists. Certain commanders will push you to have a much higher score, unless you're always playing to the most obnoxious shit. Beyond that, there's in the theories, the stuff that we don't have quantifiable with any actual evidence or any information from the development team, that certain people are matched against each other in certain ways. And one of the ones I came across on Reddit was that people were upset that a higher level ranked player, this also happened in my comments as well, can't be ranked or can't be matched against a lower ranked player. The argument is that those players could come into contact with each other at FNM or an RCQ or a GP or whatever. So why can't they come into contact with each other on the ladder, on the ranked ladder? People with different MMR or different rankings. The reason for that is for game balance, you fucking moron. Every fucking game online uses some sort of ELO, MMR, or ranking system to stop diamond players pub stomping wood tier players. It's only when the servers are light that you see bigger discrepancies in this, or if your matchmaking system is shit. I cannot fucking believe this is an argument people are making online after fucking what? 2 to 3 decades at this point of online matchmaking in some description. We're not just joining servers with slurs in the name anymore in Unreal Tournament, are we? We're not just going into lobbies on Magic the Gathering Online or Spell Table that says no counter magic, no hand attack, no fast mana, no Eldrazi. Matchmaking makes sense. It's not a grand fucking conspiracy that I don't want the most established players who consistently get platinum or diamond and above to be smashing the average fucking silver tier or bronze tier players who've just started playing Arena. That makes sense. What the fuck are you talking about? Look, a lot of you are shit at the game, and that is absolutely fine. It's okay to not be very, very good at Magic. It's all right. You don't have to find a fucking excuse that the client is giving you too many lands. It's not a fucking thing you need to do. So please, for the love of God, shut the fuck up. Or, alternatively, comment down below with your latest conspiracy theory, because it helps the engagement of this video. Wow, gaslighting for Watsy. How much do you get for being the latest person to perpetuate the common lie? Filth channel. I get loads of fucking money. Watsy are literally firing like money, loose change, into my anus right now via a pipe across the Atlantic Ocean. I'm filling up. I'm swelling to the brim with loose change. Also, the earth is flat and Hillary Clinton likes to drink the blood of babies. I've been Vince, also known as PleasantKenobi on the internet. I'm back from being sick. There'll be more videos on the channel. I hope you enjoyed this one. Let me know what you think in the comment section below, even if you are a conspiratorial fucking nutcase. And I'll see you in the next one. Ta-ta for now.